No, supplementary can't help. I could try social services and see if there's any way that they could help.
Essentially, Parliament has said to them, you have a right to this. But when the government cuts back and when it shifts the burden back onto the community, then the person isn't saying that, they're going to lie and saying, I need help, can you help me? They're asking for charity.
Is there any possibility of you being able to pay that for her? She seems very distressed, yes.
You will at least hear us with sympathy. If you are aware of the gravity of the national situation, if you believe that government by talk must at last give place to government by action. Now, my girl, you're so young and pretty. We have no real democracy because again and again the country has voted for great changes and for decisive action. Yet again and again their will has been thwarted by obstruction in the talking shop at Westminster. Lies before us, a fight for action, for vigor, for vitality and manhood in government, a fight against the forces of drift, of despair, of lethargy.
There is nothing that I can do about it.
Large numbers of our fellow citizens and their children are living amid surroundings which are a disgrace to our civilization.
The year that is gone has been one of great difficulty.
People of this country have been very brave and very patient. And with their help, I've been able to do something to put the finances of the country into better order. All I want to say is that they will have well-earned anything that I can give them.
You see, the old things have changed. The cry is no longer, what's home without a mother? But what we've got to think of is what is a mother without a home?
It's a big strain on a marriage for a start, isn't it? You know, because when my wife had access to her children, that all stopped because the gas and the electric went off. You know, and my wife misses the kids, you know.
Well, it's hard. It's very hard being a one-parent family. Now, I'd love to be able to just go downtown and do what other mothers do. You know, walk into a shop and be able to take a coat off the peg and go and pay for it at the counter, but I can't do that.
Well, there's a lot that, you know, a lot of parents like myself sitting the way we are, and you know, the way the kids are, you know, they come in from school and ask for an ice cream and you just ain't got the money there for them. You know, you feel bad about it.
Today, thanks to science, adverse factors have been vanquished. Today, there is no reason why peace and plenty, comfort and a competence should not be within the reach of all.
I don't go out and I don't go to the bingo. I don't drink, as I say, I smoke, but it's just for by that. I mean, I ain't got the money to enjoy myself anyway, so.
Good. Lovely. What else did you see?
Health services are constantly being cut, housing provision is constantly being cut, fuel poverty is growing worse, welfare, the government's cutting back on welfare benefits the whole time. Obviously, if you're poor and a crisis crops up, you deal with it in a different way than you can just write a cheque to solve the problem. The problems are so massive. Well, actually, people froze to death in the estate. Certainly, we've had a pensioner freeze to death. And that's in an estate where people are willing to help. But in that particular case, they just couldn't help. There wasn't that much that they could actually do.
There's something wrong. You can't feel safe.
When he asked for a move, he says, I'll give you a move if the baby was dead. He said, I won't give you a move otherwise. Because he hadn't died, he won't give us a move.
So if your baby had died...
If baby is dead, we would have got moved straight away.
Well, that's very handy, isn't it?
That's why I said, I said, also, I've got to kill my baby then to get a move.
What's happened, like?
Nothing's happened, only we've gone through the floorboards.
The government certainly probably believe that their cuts were.
That was when I had my leg in plaster, so it weren't quite so bad.
I rang you a few minutes ago about the hole in the floor. Now I'm ringing you about something else. Well, it's a pensioner, age 75. That if they abdicate responsibility for the poor, for the sick, for the elderly, for the mentally ill, then the community will accept responsibility for them. I don't think the problems are going to end. I think the problems are going to grow. They're going to grow both in the extent to which they affect individuals and in the number of people who are affected by them.
Yes, right, I mate.
Come on in then.
You get some fags and we'll sit down straight
I'll
away.
give you a cigarette then, I've got some. No, do.
The eventual outcome, I don't know. It's a return to the days of the poor law.
This budget said nothing and offered absolutely nothing for the poor in our society.
You're having your eyes done, ain't you?
No, it's been put off for another 6 months.
There are now 3.4 million people registered unemployed. There are now more people who have been unemployed in our country for a year than there were total unemployed at the time that this government took over in 1979.
Since we took office in 1979, we have cut the basic rate of income tax from 33% to 30%.
I'm sorry, Doc. I'm sorry we got in this mess. I worked as long as I could.
It's a good record, but it is not enough. The burden of income tax is still too heavy.
I feel it is. They asked me to resign. I could have said no, carried on the sick.
What, carry on till you die?
It was a job, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. You ain't going back work till you're better.
We'll see what the hospital says.
It doesn't matter what qualifications we've got for their examination-wise, they haven't got a dog in house chance.
It's awful. It's not right.
It's right shithole.
In the minute they've said they're from Braunstone, then they don't want to know them.
We've had to fight.
Good at it.